want to follow up that theme with Dave Maney, the Expert Press CEO, the business angle on this. And there is a big one here, because I used, Dave, that Johnson & Johnson example, but Jim Burke, of course, the CEO at the time, remember those capsules, Tylenol capsules, were tainted. About a dozen people lost their lives. That had nothing to do with Johnson & Johnson, but he took the proverbial bulls by the horn and immediately discontinued selling the capsules, went to something we call caplets, which everyone recognizes today, at enormous cost. But the bottom line, when all was said and done, J&J's share of the pain reliever market had increased because people felt he cared, and he was always in their face. He was always giving updates. He was always going to the very communities where lives were lost. Sometimes getting a lot of, choice words thrown at him, even again, through no fault of his own. But that's what a leader has to do. What do you think?
I think you're exactly right. And I think Bill said a lot of really on-target things as well. This is a multi-layered problem. We have a nation that's sort of lost trust in institutions and government most of all, and major corporations right after that. And you're absolutely right. There's nothing you can do that's better than showing up and demonstrating concern. This crash, as I understand it, appears to have been caused by a faulty wheel bearing. Now imagine that's probably the smallest part there is on a rail car.
Right.
And that's what caused this problem. And so, I don't think you can do the J&J thing of let's shut the entire railroad down, which is one of the largest in the U.S. and would have immediate disastrous effects on the economy. So I don't think that's a good idea. But I think that, sort of showing up and helping combat the recency bias of like what you see on the screen can only help. And that's what he should have done from the start.
We're already getting indications the government, particularly the Transportation Department, which certainly isn't getting any badges of honor for its handling of this, is now saying that railroads have to boost safety. And they might increase the fines that companies pay for derailments in general, saying that they're making a lot of money. Now, I worry about them overdoing it and punishing a sector that, by and large, has been pretty responsive and pretty key in getting this nation back on track. No pun intended here. And that all of a sudden, just as we're seeing more goods shipped over rails and the economy in general is proving a fraction of it, contains hazardous chemicals. I'm not dismissing that, but it's a fraction of the overall business. But if you really want to punish it and punish those stocks, you might want to think about what you're hoping for, because it could boomerang.
Absolutely. And look, let's remember, several of those cars, there's a manifest that the EPA printed on its website. You can see what was actually on the cars on the train. And a whole lot of them, by the way, that didn't burn and didn't blow up were carrying oil and petroleum products. And this is an administration that shut down pipelines and said, guess what the alternative is? Rail car transportation of petroleum products. So this has so many layers in it. And you're absolutely right. It's like, okay, show up, get your pound of flesh from the U.S. Transportation Department. But if you overplay any of those hands, you will have these kind of redounding effects through the economy that just aren't going to help anybody, let alone the people of East Palestine.
Yeah, they need immediate help and not lectures about big old bad business and all of that. But we'll see. It's still early, but no badges of honor yet for the Norfolk Southern CEO, Alan Shaw, arriving late to the party. But he's now saying that he's going to make up for that and make good and make whole for everyone in East Palestine. We'll see. Always good having you, my friend. Good seeing you again.